Alrighty, yeah, we're following a good talk. We're showing some demos that were actually audited by Cure53. Not sure you're aware, but yeah, so coming right off the press. So cool, hi everyone, I'm Alex, I'm a product manager at MetaMask, joined by my colleague Monty, who's a full stack engineer. Going to be talking to you today about the future of Web3 accounts with MetaMask Snaps. So first of all, if you haven't heard of MetaMask, we are a browser extension. We just spoke about browsers. We've reached quite a big scale that we're happy with, 30 million monthly active users, at the height of the cycle, 100 million users last year, billions in assets, we're very proud. However, we constantly ask ourselves the question, how can we scale to 1 billion people? We're in this room now, we want to get a lot more people involved in Web3. We have a big problem with our wallet, as you're probably aware. We're at a multi-party computation conference. Probably all aware of this. We have a seed phrase. When someone goes into MetaMask, they set up the wallet, they're given 12 words, they are told to write down on a piece of paper. We offer various solutions to try and make this more secure. We have a lot of integration with hardware wallets, for example, but this is a huge barrier to further adoption. Again, we're talking the basics here. When we talk about, though, jumping to a new level, we could start just iterating on this by giving more user education. We could do more hardware wallet integrations, for example, but we're trying to make a huge leap to a new stage, a technological paradigm shift, something like large language models, which are coming out now, proof of stake, which is powering Ethereum to the next level. How are we going to develop this huge new jump, though, to solve that problem with accounts, to get to a billion people, is by sticking to the principles that have made MetaMask successful to date. So we're 100% self-custodial, we're open source, and we're also completely free to use. So how do we innovate with accounts, sticking to those principles and more? At MetaMask, we are thinking about this in a slightly different way. We, of course, have ideas, but the main point about where we're going to be going next, though, is harnessing the innovation of Web3, harnessing some of the ideas that are potentially in the room today. So you can help us complete that paradigm shift. There are ways to build with MetaMask. If you used MetaMask before, you're probably very, very aware with our dapp API. This is what you see when you go to something like Uniswap, you connect your accounts, you can complete transactions. This year, we're also launching our software development kit. This brings MetaMask to platforms that don't have a browser, such as a Unity game, for example, where you can actually then start saving your assets and sign transactions with MetaMask. But importantly, this is our huge initiative, which is kicking off especially this week, which I'll come to, is MetaMask Snaps. What Snaps are ways to extend MetaMask. They are trustless execution environments running inside of MetaMask. We've worked with the Agoric Foundation to develop whole new kinds of new JavaScript, which make this incredibly secure. They have zero permissions by default. They have to acquire things like network access, disk access, and a Snap can have its own API and can use as many of the methods in MetaMask as you want, and can even use Snap exclusive methods. This is building the wallet, making the wallet into a platform. So Snap makes a whole new world of innovation possible, and this is slightly out of date, this slide, which we'll come to in a second, but you can start building Snaps today. What this actually allows and extends MetaMask into whole new areas of opportunities is you can start now taking MetaMask outside of the EVM world. You can take it to new chains, you can have new identity protocols, new securities, new L2s, etc., etc. Let's see a demo. This is why I really wanted to actually have some videos playing here, so not just talk, but to actually show you things. Is this going to work? Nice. Okay, so previously, MetaMask was just an EVM wallet. To extend outside of that ecosystem was incredibly difficult. Here what you can see is a snap that was made by ConsenSys, which MetaMask is, of course, part of, which takes MetaMask onto Starknet. So what's happening here, the user is going to the Starknet dapp, adding the snap, which is then deploying a smart contract on behalf of the user, and then the user can actually then sign a transaction on Starknet. A couple of years ago, this would have been completely impossible with MetaMask, but Snaps makes this possible. This is just one example. Nice. But let's move forward. Okay, I can't skip the video, but nice, cool. We're not joking. Here we go. We go to right. So how are snaps distributed? If you're not aware already, you publish a snap to NPM. You deploy a dapp to invite users to install your snap. When a snap then invokes your snap, when a dapp invokes your snap, MetaMask will then prompt users to then install your snap, as you then saw in the demo. You'll then have a new list of permissions of all the snaps that you've installed inside MetaMask in the settings. and other dapps can then use your snap too, not just the dapp that you've then installed. So what's next? Previously, on the last couple of slides, you'd have seen links to what we call our canary version of MetaMask, which is called MetaMask Flask. For a couple of years now, that is where snaps have been exclusively. But this week, in fact, yesterday, we have announced that snaps are now live in MetaMask extension, so available for all the millions of people that use MetaMask today. This is super exciting. So if you go to the MetaMask website now, down here, right, if you go to metamask.io/snaps, you can start seeing a lot more of our branding material, a lot more information over snaps. We are live in open beta. That means it's live. We're just having open beta as like a flag to all of our users. This is still a new feature. All of these snaps are made by third-party developers. And so to tread it slightly carefully, but this opens up a whole new world of opportunity. We have, I think, 35 snaps that have currently passed security audits. So to be clear, they've all passed security audits at this moment in time. We are aiming to make a permissionless system for all of these snaps in the future. This is going to require us to have some sort of like permissionless distribution channel with like permissionless reviews, et cetera, That is a way out, but at this moment in time, we are using third-party auditing firms like Cure53 to audit some of these snaps and then go onto our snap directory, which you can then see. You can see a whole load of different options here, from extending MetaMask to Cosmos. You have a Bitcoin snap at the bottom there, and if I keep scrolling down, you'll see even more. The moment in time, these snaps are based around 3 areas: notifications, transaction insights, and extending to new chains. But that is soon going to change. We're serious about this snaps thing. Snaps are also going to be coming to mobile as well. So here's this is actually screenshots. I'm actually a working version of MetaMask on mobile. If I go forward, here is a demo. Oh, no. If we just play that video. Awesome, thank you very much. So in-house, we were experimenting with MPC. We're using just an open source TSS library. And then what we made is just a proof of concept TSS snap. So the user here is on MetaMask Mobile using the browser, which is the thing that we're constantly playing whack-a-mole with to make sure we're patching all the security vulnerabilities there. They're going to the dapp, they're installing the snap. With my colleague Owen here, we are then setting a threshold of 2. It's 2 of 2, very easy. Owen is then copying that, sending that link to me via Telegram, and then opening that link inside MetaMask to then join the threshold key generation. A couple key generation rounds here, saving that key share into the snap, which is then connected to the app using the Snap Managed State API. And then we're just going to very quickly sign a message, which both of us will then have to approve. So this is very basic. This is an internal proof of concept. We're not looking to launch this anytime soon. But if you are involved in multi-party computation, involved in anything in this area to improve accounts, MetaMask is creating a platform where you can then plug your ideas in to take the wallet to the next level. I'm just approving this message on the right-hand side, sign message. There we go, saving the proof. Let's go forward. Cool, so if you're interested in joining the Mobile Snaps beta, this isn't quite being publicized on our website right now. This week was all about launching MetaMask Snaps, the public version of MetaMask extension. You can join the Mobile Snaps beta, get the test flight, and then also get the APK. Actually, if you search on Google Play for MetaMask Flask, you can actually install a test version of MetaMask Flask there to start playing around with Mobile Snaps if you're interested. But going forward, so Snaps is going to start adding permissionless innovation for 100 million people and counting. Oh, you're seeing my Telegram up there. Never mind. Yep, there we go. Cool. So, as I said previously, snaps at this moment in time are transaction insights, extending to new chains, and then also notifications. What we are working on, though, is a whole new suite of account snap APIs. what this is going to allow, if you have an idea for this, you can then develop an account snap. We're going to have some sort of directory inside the extension with some sample partners. You'll see one of them very soon. And then you can actually develop your account snap that then be added into the account list in MetaMask to then be able to sign transactions. So one of those partners is Silent Laboratories. And now I'm going to invite Sushi, a applied cryptography engineer at Silent Laboratories, to take you through the snap they're building, audited by Cure53.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, off the bat, we love snaps at Silence, so I'm excited this is releasing now. So yeah, let me just give some running commentary over the demo. Actually, can you stop it, Bhaskar? Excuse me. Yeah, so just to give some context, this is a snap where we have an MPC setup running with the browser and a phone app. So it's like, you can just think of it as a two-factor auth for your wallet. So each time you want to sign a transaction, you get a pop-up on your phone, you approve the action, and then on the backend, MPC signing protocol takes place and your transaction gets going. Yeah, that's the setup. Yeah, you can show the demo. Yeah, so you get onto a website and you install the snap first, and it asks for some permissions, so you clearly know what you're allowing the snap to do. And then once you're done, you have to pair with the phone. This is just to exchange encryption keys and some identity. We are using an emulator, so you'll have to do some weird stuff here. Yeah. Okay, we are scanning the QR code now. So this does pairing and keygen too. And then in like a few seconds, there's a new account that's being created. Yeah. So yeah, so we've created a new account by default. We just start like that, and that's it. So you don't have to use this app anymore. You're done. As soon as keygen is done, it's done, and you can see the Snap account showing in the MetaMask pop-up UI. So let's say you delete your wallet on your phone side, right? So now you log in again, and we're just showing how recovery works. It just works. You don't have to think too much about it. And then, yeah. So I'll discuss this once the video is done. So yeah, and once you delete the wallet from your phone, and let's say you lost your phone, you get a new app, log in, you pair again, and then your account is back. Yeah, and your account is restored. Okay, so now this part is where you delete the browser wallet. You delete everything in the browser wallet. You lost your laptop. You change browsers, and then you do the pairing again, and you can see that we recover the wallet again. Yeah, here you go. Do we have a signing example in the video? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, so this is how it works. So when keychain happens, we do backup automatically by default. And then, so now you don't, if you lose your phone or you lose your browser, you're good to go. And so here, so backup is a very open problem, right? You can do it in like 100 different ways. So in this example, when backup is generated, what Snaps allows is to use the entropy from the MetaMask seed phrase to create an encryption key. So the Snap encrypts its key share and sends it to the phone, and the phone it creates its own encryption key, encrypts it, and stores both of them in, like, let's say anything like Google Drive, or even as an output file if you don't prefer that, YubiKey, whatever, however you prefer to do that. And then in this example, the encryption key is stored in Google Password Manager. But I mean, that's not like the best solution. You can come up with multiple solutions. We're thinking, we already have an internal example of using IPFS and passkey-based authentication for this, for storing these hypertexts. Yeah. So So yeah, so I think they'll talk about keying and then we can discuss this. Yeah, thank you. That's it.
Awesome. So this is another example of the accounts snap. So if we start the video. So using the keyring API as an account, you have access to all the signing methods that's available to MetaMask. So here we're first going to create a new account. So here, after creating the new account, you can see all the supported methods that this account has, and you can also see this in the MetaMask extension. And going to this test dapp, we're going to try some of these signing methods. As a developer, you can choose which methods you want to support. So if you choose not to support, like say, ETH sign, within the snap, you're able to disable that. So it's really up to you as a developer to choose what you want to support in your account snap. So here we're doing a personal sign, and you can see that both the result matches the account that was created. We have sign type data. Yeah, I think we can skip. Yep, that's a brief demo of just a reference snap implementation that you can have a look. Okay, yeah. So we have documentations here. We have the documentations for MetaMask keyring API, as well as documentation for the simple keyring snap. So we're really excited about this new API that's coming out. It's already available on MetaMask Flask, and we hope this will be available soon on the main extension as well. So we are very excited that this would be the future of accounts. So currently on the MetaMask extension, if you use a Bitcoin snap, you're not able to see this Bitcoin account within the MetaMask extension. With this new keyring API, we hope that this will be enabled in the future. So we'll go through a little bit of a high-level overview of how an account is created. So when you create a snap, the snap on the green area over there, you can create an account and it registers onto MetaMask. And you can use this on any dapp. So if you want to connect to Uniswap, you can use this snap created account on Uniswap. And this is a signing, how we do the signing. So when you use the snap on, let's say, Uniswap, and you're trying to do a transaction, it would submit a request to MetaMask, and we'll forward this request to the snap. And as a developer, you can choose how you want to do the signing. So earlier, we saw in the Sign Laboratories demo, it was using MPC. But as a developer, you can choose whichever way you want to do the signing. And once it's done, we will send the response back to MetaMask, and then in return, MetaMask will forward the response back to dapp.
Ooh, awesome. So yeah, what you just saw there, we're actively working on it. If you look at the documentation, you'll see commits going in basically every day. We're aiming to be launching those account snaps in Q4. Exact date bearing, but that'll be in MetaMask extension. We are also working on supporting account abstraction with snaps as well. What you previously saw was everything to do with externally owned accounts, but not crucially supporting, say, 4337 user operations. We are working on that. This is a very early demo of this as well. What we're showing here is an account abstraction smart contract account snap that we've built using our delegatable framework as well. So going to this dapp, if we could play the video. Oh yeah, we are playing the video. You can see here the user only has 2 accounts in their MetaMask right now. Go to the dapp, click Create Smart Account. What this is doing is then deploying a smart contract on the back end for the user, packaging those user operations in the extension, sending them to the bundler. And then we've got the smart contract getting deployed. we are working on ways to actually improve this whole speed. But then you can see here, we have this delegator smart contract there. And the reason why we've chosen the name delegator is, as I said, we're using this thing called our delegatable framework, where actually what's happened with the deployment of this contract, the inviter who's created this button has invited this user to set up an account and actually then delegated some off-chain or counterfactual trust tokens to that user, which that then user is then adding into their account. It's all done off-chain in a gasless manner, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's just a taste of some extra things that are coming. And yeah, that's basically it. Learn more about delegatable there. I'm just going to fly through this. We don't need to watch my boss's 30-minute talk at ETH Denver, but by all means, have a look. Let's skip that. Can we go to the next slide? Key takeaways. MetaMask Snaps allows anyone to add new features to MetaMask. You own your snap. You can operate it however you want. Snaps are live now. And snaps are coming to MetaMask mobile too. Timelines are very difficult there, but we're actively working on it. Hopefully, sometime next year, we can provide some more concrete dates. And then the imminent launch of the Snap queuing APIs in Q4 will bring a whole new area of different accounts being added to MetaMask. We're at an MPC conference now. You can expect to see quite a few MPC account snaps launched at that time. Resources to get you started. A whole bunch here. Learn more about snaps. Snap queuing APIs, delegatable, and then if you're interested in this sort of stuff, we of course have our main MetaMask Twitter handle, or X handle now, but you can also follow us at MetaMask Dev as well. And you can head to MetaMask Learn to learn some more high-level overview information, but then also, yep, as Alex and Monty as well. So yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks for that, Alex. Does anyone have questions on the new snaps? I see a hand up there already.
Thanks for the presentation. That was super cool. 2 questions. The first one is, can you explain? You showed the Starkware kind of flow. Can you explain after the snap is installed? Can a user then interact with? Essentially, would it look very similar to like a Bravos wallet or an Argent X wallet to a dapp? Essentially, is that the way that works, or it's completely different? I'm trying to understand what happens after a snap is installed, essentially, as a kind of, and generates a Starkware account for someone. And the second question is whether, sorry, I'll ask the second question in a sec.
So to be honest with you, so the user experience is very different using a Stark net snap in comparison to, say, Bravos or Argent X. And quite honestly with you, I'm not quite sure on the compatibility with certain dapps with this one. This was probably the first snap made, actually, by ConsenSys, and was almost this proof of concept as to show what was possible. And you know, we've got to 35 now. It's becoming difficult for me to go through the different pieces of functionality. But yeah, I'll try and get back to that one.
All right, sounds great. Thank you. And then, sorry, very quick semi-related follow-up. How does it work when you get mobile out? Do snaps sync across? So for instance, if I set up a snap on the browser extension, would it automatically be a part of my mobile app if the private key is the same, essentially?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're working on something to surface the developers there. We have ideas. The proof of concept you saw was just using a simple WebSocket server, which was outside of snaps. But yeah, so developers could either implement their own version, but ideally we're also going to come out with our own implementation as well. Yeah.
Congrats again, by the way, on launching. That's super cool.
Yes, thanks.
Any more questions for snaps? No? Thank you so much for your time.